Hey guys, Level Cap here, and this week in gaming, Insurgency Sandstorm has a console release date. Icarus's first beta goes live, cheat makers are selling Battlefield 2042 hacks, and much more. Insurgency Sandstorm finally has a console release date. It arrives on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One September 29th. Sandstorm was supposed to launch as a multi-platform title 3 years ago, complete with a multiplayer and single-player campaign. It ultimately launched as a multiplayer-only title exclusive on PC. Since then, it's gotten several major expansions and critical updates that improve performance. These days, it's regarded as one of the better, realistic tactical FPS titles on PC. Bringing that tactical gameplay to console players is a huge deal. Most of the current tactical FPS games on console are titles like Rainbow Six Siege. They're objective-based shooters with hero characters and zany gadgets or CSGO-style economy games. Sandstorm will be the first true attempt at a genuinely realistic, modern tactical FPS on console. Sandstorm recently had a beta for the console version, and it sounds like it was generally pretty solid. According to reviews, the beta ran great in backward compatibility mode for the next-gen consoles. Even on the last-gen consoles, it achieved a solid 60 FPS. A next-gen upgrade will launch next year that takes full advantage of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series hardware. Another bit of exciting news is that all of Sandstorm's community-developed mods will potentially be available on console. Sandstorm utilizes the cross-platform mod.io service for its mods, and this means mods developed for the PC version could be released for console players too. Sandstorm has tons of incredible mods that rework weapons, add new maps, offer original maps, and even total conversions like ISMC that makes the game more hardcore and realistic. Overall, it's a fascinating time for tactical FPS fans. Sandstorm might not be as big as Call of Duty or Battlefield, but it's a strong contender for one of the best hardcore FPS games around. Launching on console will bring a whole new wave of players that may have never experienced a truly modern, realistic tactical FPS game before. Of course, Insurgency isn't the only tactical FPS coming to console this year. World War II shooter Hell Let Loose is currently in the middle of its first closed beta on PlayStation 5. The game is a success on PC and is a standout historical title. It's likely launching during the holiday season this year. Unfortunately for people interested, the beta is under strict NDA, so there isn't much info available about it from the players. That said, of course, there's some who have broken the NDA, and they seem to be pretty happy with performance and the content that's available. DayZ's creator Dean Hall just launched the first beta for his new game Icarus. It's an objective-based survival game where players drop on a hostile planet to gather resources, complete missions, and extract before it's too late. Icarus is getting several betas ahead of its launch in November. This weekend's beta offers a forest biome area with torrential storms disabled. The next beta starts on September 11th and offers the same biome but with storms enabled. Subsequent betas will offer new biomes and content to explore. So far, reviews of the beta have praised its visuals and overall presentation, but it's tough to gauge how full the game will play given its limited scope. Cheat makers already have Battlefield 2042 hacks available for pre-order, and while it's worth pointing out that this is a common practice and doesn't specifically mean Battlefield 2042 players are in for a rough time on day one, it is still concerning. EA were recently the victims of a cyber attack where the source code for FIFA 21 and the Frostbite engine were stolen. The hacks claim that they have an exploit that works for most Frostbite games. With something like this floating around, cheat developers could have a major head start for 2042. Available cheats being advertised include an aimbot, ESP, cheat radar, cheat menu, and more. Assuming these cheats work, it'll be on DICE to quickly detect and ban players using them. The fact that Battlefield 2042's Portal mode will let players create custom servers with permanent bans list could be a good start, but it shouldn't be on players to police cheating for DICE. According to leaked info from 2042's technical playtest, DICE are using easy anti-cheat for the game in addition to whatever in-house solutions that they've developed. EAC, like all anti-cheat systems, isn't perfect, but it's still well regarded. Ultimately, the biggest concern I have is DICE's track record. Battlefield 5 and 4 are both rife with cheaters these days. It's especially bad in 5's case because there's no way to ban cheaters from custom servers reliably, and depending on what region you're playing in, the game could be totally unplayable because of cheaters. Hopefully between easy anti-cheat and Portal, 2042 won't be a hacker's paradise. The upcoming Skate game has been confirmed for PC. The developers released a teaser clip on Twitter with the text PC_confirmed.exe, accompanied by a clip of a skateboarder doing a trick over a computer monitor. Fans of the Skate franchise have been begging for a new entry in the franchise and for the past games to get released on modern consoles and PC. To date, only Skate 1 and 3 run on modern Xbox hardware. Skate 2, which is considered the pinnacle of the series, is stuck on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The reveal for the new Saints Row game struck a chord with fans. Many feel the new game's direction is too much of a departure from the franchise's lunacy-fueled slapstick roots. That said, the bits of gameplay that they've shown all look pretty solid. The devs say that the game isn't a sequel, it's a reboot of the entire franchise. They responded to the division caused by the reveal, saying, "We are not backing down on this game. We get it. It's new and it's a shock reaction to a reboot like no other." The Day Off Twitch protest is gaining traction with creators and Twitch alike. The protest organizers, Wreck-It Raven, was invited by Twitch to meet with them about their efforts to stop hate raids. She says the meeting was promising and that Twitch are actively working to create the tools streamers need. That's in stark contrast to the comments of several large streamers who claim the protest won't result in immediate action because of its small scale. Hate raids have become an even bigger problem for the platform in the last few weeks. The official Twitch channel was hate raided during Gamescom's opening night presentation. Traditionally, these hate raids have employed hundreds of bots to flood the chat of smaller streams, particularly minorities and members of other marginalized groups with hateful messages. But it was just a matter of time before they became a more significant issue for the platform. Hopefully, Twitch can implement their anti-hate raid measures before it becomes an epidemic. As for the Day Off Twitch protest, that is still happening on September 1st. Hundreds of streamers have canceled their streams for the day and encourage their viewers to avoid the site for the day. The Kind of Funny podcast is one of several larger Twitch accounts that will be participating. The Fallout 76 project lead and longtime Bethesda developer Jeff Gardner announced he's leaving the company after 16 years. He's helped produce more than 20 games with Bethesda, including Oblivion, the Fallout games, Skyrim, and more. Despite Fallout 76's rough launch, it's turned into a well-liked MMO that offers a unique blend of Fallout's classic open-world exploration with base building and survival elements. Before we get to our final story this week, I just wanted to say thanks for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday with more Battlefield and gaming news coverage. Several classic Konami games just got an update on GOG that implement controller support. The titles include Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, Silent Hill 4, and the Konami Collector series with multiple Castlevania titles. The update now supports modern controllers like DualSense, Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and Xbox controllers. And while it's not exactly a groundbreaking remaster or anything like that, this update is still great to see. And that wraps it up for This Week in Gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.